What's up, y'all? I haven't put out a video in a while because I have been having a hell of a time trying to learn Adobe Premiere Pro and then work out the bugs that I've been having. Like with Power Director, it just crashed all the time. Like every video I made, I had to like reload the software. And Premiere Pro, so far it hasn't crashed quite as much, but it's got other issues that seem even worse. Like I haven't even made that many videos, and I have this one video that I'm working on, and the damn thing keeps crashing. Like it doesn't crash the same. Basically what happens is there's an error rendering. So I keep having these errors rendering, and it is not working out so good. Having a hell of a time here. And I just want to get a video out already. This is like really frustrating stuff, man. Like, can I please just post a video? So that's where I'm at with this. So I'm basically waiting to see if this one ends up coming through with an error, because I'm rendering right now, actually. I'm rendering right now. So this is horrible. I really just want this to work. Under here. I have like a wave going on here. Who's watching me? Are you touching yourself right now? Yo. Yo, yo. Yo, Nick. What's up? 7 minutes. Oh my gosh, this is like torture. This might be like this might be more than the 20th time that I've tried to render this video. And it's just like, like, can I please move on with my life? Like, why am I still stuck on this video? Oh. Do you not just look like a total amateur when this kind of stuff happens? It's like, dude. 7 minutes. Please work. And then even if it does render, it still might not be right. Oh my gosh, come on. Chili pot pie. That sounds yummy, dude. Have you made that before? That sounds pretty epic. Four minutes. Oh, it's frozen? Oh, okay. You call that cooking, huh? Man, the green today is so green. Like, everything is so green today. I'll show you. How green is that? Anybody can cook. Green fields, yes. That grass that you see in my backyard, it's pure weeds. There's not one strand of grass back there. It's just a whole lawn of weeds. All right. We're below 3 minutes now. I'm not sure. What the fuck? Why is it 30 frames per second? Ugh. Damn it, I forgot to change that. Whatever. If it renders, I'm putting it out there. I don't even care. Yeah, if there's not too many problems, like, I'm willing to take what I can get at this point. Kicked off the rideshare hub. You know, she's kind of crazy, dude. I don't know why she wants to, like, spread so much negativity like that. You know? It's almost like she's a bully, dude. Like, what are you doing, Paula? Why are you, like, harassing people that don't want to, you know? Like, if somebody doesn't want you to harass them, then leave them alone. Like, I don't get it. Like, why are you so intent on, you know, getting all up in somebody's shit? Like, who cares? Do something positive. Don't go to Rideshare Hub's channel and harass him. If you don't like what he's doing, report it to YouTube. You know, like, at this point, like, I don't see what the point is of you, like, going to his channel and causing trouble. Okay, so it looks like it worked. But let's watch the video and see if it's any good.
Take way too long to vacuum.
Oh shit.
Like, it doesn't take 20 minutes to vacuum your car.
Yeah, cheers. It was nice chatting with you.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you. What's your name?
Chase.
Chase. All right, cool.
Oh yeah, man. Loving the new 4K dash cam right at this point. Loving it. Biltmore Hotel. I'm not sure if this worked right though. I feel like my filter isn't on there, my LUT.
I live in Northridge. I went to see some.
Like, where's my LUT?
I live in Northridge.
I love more teachers.
No, I got my grams.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
You work?
I'll be there.
Thank you for everything. Thank you.
You're my pleasure, Arsali. It's the least I can do.
Arsali, listen.
Are you guys celebrating? We're teachers. We're on strike. We're on strike for a while. Is there a deal? It ended, yeah. Not the best deal, but there, yeah.
She's Patriot.
So kind of celebrating. It's yeah. We'll be back at work tomorrow, but the agreement is not like something that we jump to joy for. Yeah. So if you
Oh,
say
yeah.
anyone need to take crap right now, we can stop by Boder and you can just unload one in front.
I feel like the LUT's not there. It doesn't seem like there's much color grading going on in this video. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, you gotta charge it.
I don't see how the LUT could not be there.
This whole thing?
If the LUT is there, then that means, it just means I did a really good job of not making it seem unnatural.
Is there a special spot for it's gonna go down. Drop down to your car.
Go down on that.
Yeah.
Go down.
Thank you so much. Name, your name is?
Oh, Dave.
Dave.
Thanks for the drink.
Thank you. Nice to
Yeah, so my dog, my parents' house, the fucking uterus fucking dropped out of her body, bro. Fucking gnarly, dude.
Uterus?
Yeah, dude.
Like her pussy's just like prolapsing?
Yeah, exactly. Your pussy prolapsed, dude.
Gosh, that's weird.
Very weird and gnarly and was kind of horrific. But,
Why did you do that to her? Like, why don't you stick it in a human?
all for humans. Oh, fuck, no. So I had to take her to the vet in my mom's car. And I got blood all over the back seat. I figured you might have a good fucking insight on what to use to remove the blood from the clot.
Oh man, blood's tough.
I think I'm about to kill my battery on my phone. What brand and model?
And I did not know until quite recently that the president is not actually required to show up on Capitol Hill and deliver his own State of the Union speech. When did that actually begin?
Nicholson was really reviving the idea of reporting the person's protest. And that is embedded into
Oh my
system.
goodness.
It's just the way it is, really, I think. My name's James Hayes. I'm out from Bath County in Pensacola, Kentucky.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I mean, it's a dusty job. It just does chemical, regardless.
This is crazy.
If you stay locked up, you're more likely to
And also with the allotment of dollars that's associated with it, the casket. Once that gets completed through the adoption of the budget in June, then we're able to reimagine the
the granting process, and then we're actually able to implement the granting process.
Well, I saw what the schedule was. I guess I'm wondering why it's taking so long. I mean, I guess everything takes.
Well, not only does it take time, but there's milestones and logic behind the time.
What the hell? This video is not even how I made it.
Guy on bike complaining that I don't have my lights on. Isn't that a door? How's it going? Yeah. A lot of people.
Oh, this video isn't even how I made it.
Good. How about you?
I can't keep working on this video. It's been too long.
I don't know if you saw this guy riding by on a bike.
On what?
Did you see that? 4.45?
Oh my gosh. I gotta just publish this one. I can't keep working on it. I have to move on. But it's not. It's got issues. Oh, it's got definitely not a good video. Damn, man. This sucks. This really sucks. Whatever, my channel's not even doing good anyway. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Fuck, man. So depressed right now.
This is a Billy the Kid story. Vincent D'Onofrio, this is his second feature film as a director.
What's up, Reaper?
Was
if you're there.
Musical slasher film called Don't Go in the Woods, which is terrible. He seems a lot more assured this time around, but he's still really, for lack of a better word, moseying through the material. The story is about a young boy and his older sister. In the opening scene, the young boy murders his abusive father, and they go on the run from their horrendous uncle, played by Chris Pratt. And they quickly fall into the protection of Billy the Kid, who is then apprehended by Pat Garrett, played by Ethan Hawke. And it's about a young boy finding new father figures in both Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, and his decision to leave. The kid is a double meaning. Vincent D'Onofrio is really interested in sort of the more depressive elements of the story, which means it never really gains any energy. It just sort of slugs along through great stretches while this boy is just sitting there being tortured and convalescing in a bed after he's been shot or having a conversation that doesn't really seem to go anywhere. They can only have improved. The revelation for me was Chris Pratt, who villains. Maybe he has a new career ahead of him playing serial killers.
Okay.
Lego serial killers.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Okay, let us move on to I'm Not Here. It stars J.K. Simmons, Sebastian Stan, and Mandy Moore.
Davey? Mom, I have some bad news, honey. Karen passed away this morning.
All right, Christy, you saw this one.
Yikes.
Karen.
Yikes, did I see it. So, this is going to end up being probably on my list of the worst films of the year at the end of the year, which is shocking given the level of talent display here. So, J.K. Simmons stars in it. His wife, Michelle Schumacher,
All right.
directed it. And he does not say a single word. He is an alcoholic. He is disheveled. He is destitute. He is just wandering in a daze through this dark, quiet home. Karen is his ex-wife. And so the
Let's
news
go
that she
online.
has died prompts him to go back to his mind and remember who he plays him as a younger man. And then a little boy named Ian Armitage, who's probably the best actor in this whole thing, plays him as a little boy at age 6. And that phone call is from Mandy Moore as his mom. And so every few minutes, he'll walk around, he'll drink some vodka, he'll see a thing in his house, and it will trigger a memory. And he's going back through time, trying to
All right, we're all on.
remember, trying to
We're
forget,
online.
trying to forgive himself for the sins of the past. And it is so ponderous.
The full deal.
And not a single moment resonates emotionally. J.K. Simmons is always a
Yep.
fascinating screen presence. I don't know
Got
why
it all going
I
on.
want him to not open his mouth and speak. Part of the allure of J.K. Simmons is that fantastic rich voice of his. This movie is terrible. Not a single moment of it rang true for me. It is blissfully only 70 minutes long. It is
But yet 70 minutes, as they say, you can't get back.
It's just painful. No, and then there's like a Marvel movie type scene in the middle of the credits that kind of yanks the rug out from underneath you and like goes back and rewinds the past and changes everything.
What?
It's exactly what. Yes, I too was thinking that. It's bizarre, and yeah, I hate to trash because it's this little bitty movie, but it's just not good.
All right, let us move on to the big release of the weekend. It is a movie a lot of people have been waiting for, Captain Marvel, starring Brie Larson and Jude Law.
You've come a long way, but you're not as strong as you think. This war is just the beginning.
I'm not gonna fight your war. I'm gonna end it.
Okay, Christine, Marvel's first superhero movie starring women.
Yes, and directed by a woman, Anna Boden, and her longtime directing partner Ryan Fleck. So Brie Larson is Carol Danvers, who is Captain Marvel.
Guy
We're
testing.
going to find out. This is her origin story. We will know more about
Guy
her
testing his
later
brakes
this
on his
summer.
Camaro
What is feeling?
at
The last
152.
Avengers movie, Avengers Endgame. Is there ever really an end? And so we find out who she is along with her as she herself is discovering who she is. And that's kind of intriguing, but also kind of part of the problem in terms of a frustrating lack of character development. When we first see her, she's in the middle of a war zone. She is this part alien, part human warrior. She's a Kree living on the planet Hala.
Kree is in a Native American.
K-R-E-E. They are
Come on,
Kree.
Streamlabs.
They're like the
There we go.
Skrulls.
What's up,
They've had
guys?
this long raging war. Just like, come on, you know your comic canon, don't you,
I do
Madeline?
not know my comic canon.
Shape-shifting lizard man.
They
I do like
Am I buffering?
They are. So she crash lands onto Earth into a blockbuster video. How literal is that?
No
Sucks. I need to get a live view.
That's part of the joke, is that this is 1995, and it really leans hard on the 90s nostalgia. From the blockbuster video and the Radio Shack and the two-way pagers and the dial-up internet to the soundtrack, which they've spent a lot of money on. Songs from TLC, Garbage, Hole, Nirvana.
No doubt.
No Doubt, really painfully on-the-nose use of Just a Girl by No Doubt. And it's how she finds out who she was. She was an Air Force pilot. And it's how she learns about her past and also must help fight this war. She connects with a young Samuel L. Jackson, a de-aged Samuel L. Jackson. He looks young. The effects are really good. They are seamless. And
Can we have that in real life?
I know, I need that. And then Ben Mendelsohn is the leader of the Skrulls. So he has kind of a good time being like this swaggering Australian space alien. And then there's a cat. And all I'm going to say is that the cat's amazing. The cat is the little buddy that hangs out with them and helps them. And his name is Goose. Yes, anyway, the cat steals the show. I wanted to love it, but there's so little to her character development, shockingly so, given who Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck are and the films they've made, from Half Nelson to Sugar. I thought when they were, asked to do a film like this kind of big behemoth film, they would have the opportunity to, put their kind of character development in it, and who thought? Whitney.
I agree with everything you said. This is the first film in this series, 21 films in, that feels just wholly kind of perfunctory. All of the character moments do seem kind of tacked on. I did appreciate a lot of the small moments of really human banter between the Captain Marvel character and Samuel L. Jackson. And then it has to cease for long sections to have these really kind of dull action sequences that aren't all that exciting to watch.
My instincts are telling me that this girl is going to be beautiful.
Make a right turn on Reseda Boulevard.
We'll see how my instincts. Oh my gosh, this could be funny. It's crazy how I'm like already here where the pickup is. Wild. Love it. Love it when that happens. It's getting more and more like that as like there's so many of us on the road, Oh shoot, I went on the wrong side of the street. Oops. Oops. I look at my phone sideways now because it like keeps it out of my view. I can see better. So sometimes I make a mistake. This person's at Starbucks.
Hopefully somewhere along the line with Captain Marvel, because this is just like her chief character trait is that she's cocky and she keeps getting up again when she gets knocked down.
First pickups at Starbucks. I love it.
It's weirdly forgettable. For all of the portent that's coming on with it, it's kind of a forgettable film.
Okay, so we're going to the disco this weekend. Little Gloria for everybody. All right, cool. Christy Lemire, film critic and co-host of the podcast Breakfast All Day. Whitney Seibel contributes to IGN and co-hosts the podcast. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
Which one's mine?
Hey there.
How's it going? Hi.
Back against the story, and I actually know
Will you take my bag out? Yeah.
Driving with his scout troop out to Joshua. So some of the people who complained about the story were women who said that they go scout troops do all the stuff that the boys do. But they're not just about selling cookies, etc. So here's what Dan had to say about that, with the caveat that he's a Boy Scout. But he knows some of them.
I do know my scout mom is a Girl Scout leader that she does take her girls out on outdoor activities.
You know, I realized I didn't
But
put the people on the
the troop has to be specifically geared for
I was telling I Snapchat, but he's really walking away from it.
Yeah, so he was saying basically the Boy Scouts teach all of their leadership skills, etc., through the outdoor prism, and the Girl Scouts, some troops do some of that outdoor stuff, but he feels like
It's like up
that's
to
not
the
really
girls
what that
for Jerry's to do that.
it's not necessarily their focus.
That's it for our show. It's directed by Sarah Sweeney, produced by Christian Bordahl, Amy Thomas, Aloy, Yael, Evan Gore, Alex Trigger, the Doctor, Caitlin Plummer, Adriana Cargill, and Rosalie Askinson. Marius Major is our technical director. Phil Richards and Joel Stein, engineer. I'm Madeline Brand. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Country Day School, dedicated to making the world a better place, one student at a time. Every day at Crane, they challenge their students to think critically, to find their own voices, and to care for one another and the world around them. Providing the finest experiential education to elementary students in kindergarten through 8th grade, their teachers know that a great education carefully balances intellectual rigor.
That guy sleeps there all the time.
Really?
I've seen him there like a few times.
Aw, poor guy.
He heard you.
In 1 mile, make a right turn on CA 118 East.
It's the people. Santa Monica, AKCW.com, it's the people.
Wait. Not functioning.
What we can see, I know this was always going to have a friend back in the old school, who's now in a new position, who's expanded his purview in Japanese quarterly. That's what Kishu means, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Was actually
You guys go to that Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard of First 100?
Have not.
Every Chick-fil-A that opens, the first 100 customers get free Chick-fil-A for a year.
Really?
Yeah, they give you a T-shirt, they give you this,
That's so cool.
but you gotta hang out there for like a day. You gotta spend the night. They give you like a little area to set up your tent.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We need to find out where the next Chick-fil-A.
And they send people up from Atlanta to like make it into like a party.
Oh wow.
They have like an MC, they have different people that are in charge. Gosh, everybody hits the brakes so hard.
In a quarter mile, make a right turn on CA 118 East using the upcoming right 2 lanes.
Check in and all that jazz. Let's hope I don't puke. I have a track meet.
Oh, really? You get nervous?
Yeah, we just ate, so.
Oh, that
Using the right 2 lanes, make a right turn on CA 118 East.
But yeah, I started at a music magazine, and before I got this new role as editor-in-chief of GQ, we were kind of already signed up to have the February issue, which eventually became my first issue, be a music issue. So that felt like synchronous, excuse me, that felt synchronous, and it felt like something I should just like keep going.
My mother doesn't know where I am.
So yeah, we did a music issue. It was like,
Mom, how are you doing? Well, should tracker on you? Are you sure? Are you sure?
Why did she text you asking what are you doing?
So whenever I tell her I stay after school, she just texts me, oh, how are you doing? What are you doing? Like,
Does she have a tracker?
I wouldn't be surprised if she did.
I mean, some parents do that.
Like that Dark Mirror episode?
Yeah. I literally would not be surprised if she did.
Honestly. Justin, you're not at school.
You don't get to. He's texting me while you're at school. Dear God. Yeah, I don't have that. I was like, I have a windbreaker too if you want more of this. Or if you'd rather my sweater, I guess. Then I also have.
1 mile, keep right onto CA 118 East.
There you can see the snow.
In a half mile, keep right onto CA 118 East using the upcoming right 4 lanes.
Are they going to Big Bear? I don't know. But wherever they're going, it's going to be exciting.
Like the snow is such a phenomenon to us.
Like it's a rarity.
Using the right
We can
4
see it,
lanes,
but we
keep
can't
right
touch
onto
it.
CA 118 East.
Sometimes it's up snow up there. There just was. Did you see it?
My house. Yeah.
Like a week ago? Yeah. It snowed at your house? Yeah.
I don't live close to the store. Tell her, did your mom say it's not at your house? No. Or was she not home? I don't think she was home.
In a half mile, take right exit 41 onto Woodley Avenue using the upcoming right lane.
She's missing out. Because each time Alexa has something, I can't go. Why does that keep happening? Because Alexa, I can go to her last year race because my house was down. So I can't really say. Because I just said exactly.
Using the right lane, take right exit 41 onto Woodley Avenue.
Yeah, you hear myself.
In a quarter mile, make a left turn on Woodley Avenue using the upcoming left lane.
No, obviously not. My birthday, and then what?
Not this year, but last year. Last year's birthday.
Oh!
Using the left lane, make a left turn on Woodley Avenue.
Honest opinion, since my birthday was my 16th, despite the racing. Dude, I was so cold. Like, yeah, it was so cold. I didn't see any. You can never go wrong. I don't remember why I was freezing my ass off, but the bathroom.
In a quarter mile, make a left turn on San Fernando Mission Boulevard using the upcoming left lane.
Dude, that was so cheap. The bathrooms, I got them for like $300.
Sick though.
The fact that they have mirrors and running water and running water.
Like stalls. And like the whole like little like waiting area.
Bougie.
Using the left lane, make a left turn on San Fernando Mission Boulevard.
Better than any porta potty ever.
Because that's what we were gonna get. We were gonna get 2, like one for the guys and one for the girls. But I was like, oh, I really don't want that. Like that looks tacky, no matter where it is. Like they're trailers. Yeah, they were $300.
They were bougie trailers though.
Boys got stuck in Are you guys seeing that? People are throwing hands right now in the parking lot.
You want to go to the front.
You want? Are they boxing? Oh, they're in the
drive-through.
Do you want to go to the front or the back?
Oh yeah, this one.
This
would
way?
be easier, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
That was wild.
Oh, people are watching. They actually have gloves on and everything.
Oh.
In a quarter mile, make a left turn on Simon Street.
Oh, good.
That is a welcome to Kennedy.
That's such a thing that makes me upset. No, the also most annoying thing now. Anytime somebody is around.
Maria!
I'm sorry.
Right here? Or?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Hey, it's lovely.
Okay, I need help. As if you don't go to school here and know people. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'll help you, don't worry.
Someone I go to school with at school.
Alright, thanks, girls.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Don't drop your keys this time away.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, sorry. Oh. Right by a 4 times 1.4 surge. am I not getting a trip yet? Say hi to you guys. Dude, I was just... The reason why I haven't been talking to you guys is I just saw a boxing match in the middle of the parking lot. I was like trying to film it. I was like, oh shit, it's crazy. What? Oh man. Gotta turn around.
Make a left turn on Tulsa Street.
Turn off fucking left.
Just ahead, make a right turn on.
Turn off left. Oh my gosh, XL, lift XL. Plus, whoa. Okay, good thing I didn't turn off lift yet. Okay, now I gotta cancel this Uber trip. Cancel. Do not charge. Yes, cancel. Okay. Turn off Uber. Go back to Lyft. Oh my gosh, it's way south of here. But it's okay. Because I will just bust a Yui. Jets. Somebody that's getting out of a private jet. That's who I'm picking up. Dude, what if we get like a good stock tip on this trip, huh? That'll be nice. Some insider information. Oh man. Yeah, be careful with that, guys. Alright, I guess I can talk to you guys because I have some idea where I'm going, and it's a little bit down the street. Alright, what's up? El Chapo. Yeah, they were definitely not 18, guys. But they were sweet girls, so it's alright. Yeah. No, you're right on, El Chapo. They were all 16 or 17. I'm thinking 17. They're like right about to be 18. I don't know, my personal belief, like you guys know what I'm doing. Like my personal belief is that if you're old enough to get a driver's license, you're old enough to ride in an Uber. But if I'm not comfortable, like since it's against the rules and we can really get in a lot of trouble, if I'm not comfortable, I'm not taking them. And those girls, they were nice. You know, they were okay. They had good parents. That's another thing too, you know, when you're dealing with kids that are obviously like seem like good kids, then that means you're also dealing with good parents. You know, if some kid has a parent that's like always trying to game the system and always complaining like and trying to get free stuff and doing all these things that could be a problem for us Uber drivers, well then, you know, that's how their kids are potentially going to act. Or likely. Maybe even likely. Oh yeah, dude.
conversation about music, we start talking about watches. All of a sudden it comes to life. Or shoes. And the layout was really about what an idiosyncratic dresser he is. That sense about who he is. So the idea with the John Mayer is, what if you just went into your archive and took all the Tupperware, the giant container store plastic bins, from your storage or wherever you keep that stuff, I don't know, in the back of an SUV, and you bring it to a photo studio, and we get a photographer on set, and you just dress yourself, just show us how valuable these archives are and how you put it all together. So I really like GQ being in that mode. So instead of Elvis come to the studio and we were going to GQ, let's create this space where people like John Mayer, who have a native interest in all of these things that are thoroughly GQ, like style, watches and shoes, come into this space and let's collaborate. Let's make something together. And John is very up for those kinds of experiments. And so that's what we did together. I thought it was awesome, I thought it was interesting too because as somebody who, like I said, I've been there a few times and I've always admired that, and he's always been sort of shocked that I know what he's wearing. Yeah. Because people generally don't, because it's, the joke I've made with him is that, you look like a really expensively dressed Soviet dock worker. Totally. And if you don't know what it is. And he's like, wow, Elvis, thank you. That is really. Which makes me laugh. He goes, that's what it is. Yeah. But that idea of having somebody who brings a sense of style in the same way that Cary Grant or Fred Astaire brought a sense of style with them, that showed us who and what they are. That's something that can be idiosyncratic and not be driven by just being shaped by the magazine's purview. That's right. In fact, something that can influence the magazine's purview. I have this feeling that GQ's authority in fashion and style is sort of it's like a proven thing by people trust it. So our authority is what it is. We have it. It's great. Now let's do something else, which is rather than making declarations about what you should and shouldn't be doing in fashion, what if we work with people who are doing interesting things in the fashion space and think about meaningful participation? So how can we be giving brands who are fashion designers that actually has interesting ideas about style? How can we get with him and collaborate? So instead of issuing So, in theory, for even whether, it's a 16-year-old kid and, I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, so let's say a 16-year-old kid in Atlanta, Georgia is, kind of taking an interest in style, or it's Elvis Mitchell, who, is a, notoriously stylish man who knows his watches and denim jackets and designers and all that stuff. All three of those things should be happening to both of you when you pick up the magazine. So you should be getting, wow, here's something I really discovery, like that thrill of surprise and discovery, and then also like a little bit of reinforcement, like, oh, cool, like, you know, if you find a watch like yours or a denim jacket like yours in the pages, and you think, okay, I'm kind of on the ball. You know, we want all of that happening at once, where you're both like we're leading you somewhere interesting and sort of like.
Wow, this is an interesting pickup.
That makes us all feel good.
Is it gonna let me in? I guess not. Okay.
Maybe makes GQ different still. You talking about it being this, there's a kind of sense of institutional confidence in the magazine. And a lot of the writing about style is really about that, isn't it? That we kind of know where we want to go. You take your own lead from confidence rather than being told specifically who you need to be.
That's right. Like, at the end of the day, the mission of GQ isn't to, like, get you to GQ yourself and do all the things that we tell you to do.
People do want to do that.
And we still offer that.
Me and you were in case in Detroit or Atlanta, you see that, you go, yeah, if I could get to be that one, then that would be kind of fun.
Yeah, or wow, look how great this guy looks on the cover. I want to do that. And we still offer that, absolutely. But at the end of the day, what I'm more interested in is this idea of self-discovery. And how can we help you find your like truest self? So, and while that definitely applies to fashion, like how can we help you get in touch with your most stylish self? I think what we're really trying to do is like get our readers to evolve. So that's when it becomes about more than about clothes or about music or about film.
We go back to the piece on sober musicians.
Yeah.
And which is really, if we're talking about music, the one thing we can't separate from music is lifestyle, and how so much of that lifestyle, the myth is that it has to be careening off the freeway towards certain death at some point. And the people who have actually been in that car, literally in the case of at least one person, you've seen the other side, and have to talk about what it's like to try to be somebody who's living in this world where things are still constantly in a state of swirl, but trying to remain literally sober.
Yeah. I mean, that's right. So obviously what we were trying to do with this piece where the great Chris
Yeah, this is cool stuff right here.
was explore the rock and roll cliche that like self-destruction.
Oh, beautiful American Airlines.
Leads to creativity.
Here?
Self-destruction leads to great artistry.
LAX Airport.
Oh, that's where we're going.
Inseparable from certain notions of masculinity.
And that's the question that each of those people ask. And by the way, it's interesting too, is that there are musicians in the piece from each generation.
Which terminal
it's
they're
not
in.
just
That's right.
one
Men
person.
and women.
Yeah.
A really diverse range of people. Some of whom got sober in their 60s. Some of whom
Terminal
got sober
full.
in their teens.
Yeah.
They just
Terminal
found out very early.
How's your day?
Pretty good. Yeah.
Not being busy?
Yeah, totally.
Busy's good.
My
This is
own
money.
life is a testament to the opposite of that. And I looked out and I saw all these
Yeah, what a nice terminal that is in there. Jeez. What a nice place that is. All that glass.
It's just one of many. All over the place, and then this is ours, but then all over the rest of the country, their contractors different. They service everybody. This one only services NetJets. There's some people don't want to be seen.
Interesting.
You know how that is.
Yeah. LA, man.
I'll tell you, I often wonder where in the hell does all this money come from?
Yeah, me too. When I think about how much the house, I'm driving by all these houses and I'm like,
It's like the airplane I fly. We don't rent or charter airplanes, they actually own. It's a timeshare is what it is. They own a piece of it. Almost 500 airplanes in the U.S. and 2,800 pilots. If you chartered this airplane, it would be about 10 grand an hour. It's ridiculous.
sounds like a pretty good deal.
It's a great deal. A great deal for me. We're owned by Warren Buffett.
Oh, cool.
Uncle Warren.
I saw Larry Flint's plane back there.
Hmm?
Larry Flint's plane's parked right behind the.
It's next door to us.
Yeah.
Think they have any babe flight attendants?
I wonder.
Flight attendant I had today, she was a babe.
I guess that's
everybody's a babe.
That's pretty much normal for that part of the industry. For they're looking for like pretty flight attendants and stuff.
I think we have about 10 flight attendants who are probably in their 50s now. They were former Air Force One flight attendants.
No way.
Some great stories.
That's cool.
Can't believe what a bunch of pigs these politicians are.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Even the local LA politicians, I've picked them up here and there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of them, the people I pick up, I'm taking like from City Hall. A lot of them are attorneys, and like
all politicians are attorneys. That's what's wrong with them.
Yeah, but yeah, the way they talk and you know, I'm just like, gosh.
They're lying to you. Their lips are moving.
Oh right. Yeah. And then they like always expect me to break the rules for them too.
Oh yeah, because they're the elite.
They're like, oh no, go ahead, you can go ahead. Like, don't worry. Oh yeah, just stop right here where it says don't stopping. It's fine. We'll get out right here.
When the red lights come on, I say, I don't know who you are.
Exactly. Exactly.
I didn't tell him that. He's a liar. It's my day to go home. Day 7 of glamour and glitter.
Glamour and glitter?
Yeah, that's what everybody says. Well, it must be a glamorous life. Such a job.
It seems like it would be stressful, you know?
Yes. There are moments of that, but by and large, it's pretty boring.
Right.
Machine flies
right.
itself. We just came almost 10 hours from Dublin, Ireland.
Wow.
Finished my book. Ate twice. Read the paper. Just watched the machine. I'm sure it's happy. You had mom, dad, 2 kids, and the nanny. Oh, and the dog. Yeah, we had to have a dog.
Good dog.
Where do you live out here? What part of town?
I live in Northridge.
Oh, where the earthquake was.
Yeah, I was there when it happened.
That was exciting. I was in Vegas when that happened at a really crappy hotel, and it was shaking there. Not like here. But
Some of the people that lived here were obviously in Vegas. Like I've talked to some people, and like they couldn't come home. They were stuck in Vegas. Yeah, it was pretty scary morning. I didn't know that it was an earthquake at first. The first like 30 seconds, I thought the house was being robbed or something. I was very confused. It was pitch black, and I had just fallen asleep like a couple hours before. Had a late night.
my dad's side of the family are from here. I've had some earthquakes here. They weren't like that one, but they weren't too bad. There was one in Kona, Hawaii a few years ago. It was really bad. Actually, I live in Scottsdale, and your Northridge earthquake stopped our grandfather clock. It was strange.
You know, I was in high school during all that. Like, it's so crazy. Like, being the age that I was, like, you see what goes on in the world. It just seems all so crazy. But like, there was the OJ thing going on, the Menendez brothers, the earthquake, the LA riots, like all within the same couple years. It was just like, whoa, like, pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, you're right. There was a lot going on.
Yeah. So I'm like, here I am, like a teenager, thinking like, this is just the way the world is. It's just always going to be something, and pretty much is.
They call California shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Yeah, shake it or burn.
Yeah. Yeah, this last fire, the Woolsey fire, that was a rough one. That was scary stuff. Man, the pilots that get to do that, like in the little planes and stuff, like they're flying low. Like that is some risky stuff. These people with the drones, you know. Both. I do like Lyft though.
That's what people say. They like it
better. Yeah. In Los Angeles County, Uber pays us 95 cents more on the minimum fare. So like when I do Lyft trips, I just hope it's not a minimum fare, because we only get $2.80 if it's a short trip, and on Uber we get $3.75. So it's kind of either way, like, you really want to avoid those short trips. No way.
Just 3 over Hollywood, West Hollywood. I can go to one of the restaurants that are free.
Yeah. They're going to start giving out Michelin stars in LA.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they wouldn't come here before for 10 years.
Show me one up. She's a James Beard winner twice. Overachiever.
I love food. Good food. I love quality, you know.
My sister runs a huge catering business they have. Beautiful people.
I think the food business is pretty amazing. Like, it's like selling drugs, you know?
Yeah.
Like when you got good recipes and like people just need more and it never ends.
My favorite of hers is over on 3rd, by the block west, block west of Farmers Market, called AOC Wine Bar.
That place is busy.
It's French food, but it's all small plates.
I pick up and drop off at that spot so much. It's really popular.
Another good one is Luke's, L-U-C-Q-U-E-S. It's over by the Beverly Center. It's big time French, but it's nice. It's big time French, but it's not stuffy. It's real cozy.
That's nice. So like when planes fly over these hills, they have to stay 500. Yeah, I saw a plane fly under a drone over here. It was weird.
Going into Toluca, Mexico. It's a suburb of Mexico City last week. We got hit by a green laser, somebody trying to get cute.
Was that in the news? I saw a story about that on the news. They caught somebody doing that.
Up the cockpit.
Man, that's so crazy. Like a little landslide right there. Yeah, they caught somebody. I forgot where. I think near first, you know. Man, so green.
That flying in here looked like green velvet.
Looked just like Ireland, right? Looked like you're.
Of course, the summer will be brown on fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the more it rains, the bigger the fire. This all burned right here. Yeah. There was some homeless people were like having a little fire over here, and it burned this whole hillside and 5 houses. And that's Bel Air. This is the Bel Air fire.
Your drought should be over.
Yeah, they say that we're at above the 50-year average. Apparently that's a big deal. You can get $50 flights to Hawaii with Southwest now, have you heard?
Huh?
Southwest has $50 flights to Hawaii.
Yep.
It's crazy.
The guy I flew with, he got one of them. He lives in San Jose.
Oh, nice. That's one of the airports.
That won't last long.
No, that's just a promo, I'm sure. It worked because I know about it. Like, it's cool. I've never been to Hawaii.
I go there a lot. It's not my favorite place. I like going there. We go to Kona, Hawaii, most of the big island. We don't go to Honolulu hardly ever. It's where the beautiful people
You got to bring the coffee home with you, right?
Yeah, I do bring a lot of coffee.
Because that Kona coffee is expensive out here.
Oh, yeah, it's not cheap there either. Particularly the one they call tea berry. So real small berries. You can taste the difference, but it's pricey. I mean, the people in Bel Air probably just throw it away.
Tea berry.
Yeah, it's a tea berry type of coffee berry. Small.
I love coffee.
I do too. Drink too much.
It helps me stay awake.
Yeah. See, that doesn't do it for me. I can drink coffee, go right to bed, go right to sleep.
That I could do that too.
Yeah.
But drinking coffee is better than not drinking coffee as far as staying awake for me. If I don't drink the coffee, I'll get sleepy, for sure. Uh-oh. It's only 2:43. This is odd. Where are you from?
Originally Waco, Texas.
Oh, wow.
My mom's side of the family are from here. My dad's are from here. I grew up in Waco. We all know where that is now. It's famous.
It's famous. You know what else they have there now?
Well, we have Fixer Upper.
I don't know. Is that a show?
It's a TV show on rebuilding houses. It's really made Waco. But yeah, the Branch Davidians were there. That was wonderful.
There's a Waco there. Waco, yeah.
Could be.
And it's one in Waco's a little bit different than his. It's like it simulates the ocean more. I think it is. Series about it this last year. I watched it. It was interesting.
Here's the sad part. I don't know if it's a mini-series or not, but I had 2 high school buddies who were U.S. Marshals, and they were there. They said every day the lead FBI would call back to Washington and say, we don't need to go out there. He comes into town all the time. We'll grab him in town. And Janet Reno said, no, I want to make a statement. Well, that really worked out well. Politicians.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing rubbed me the wrong way.
Janet Reno, she looked like be the perfect date for Hillary.
Totally.
Well,
yeah.
You know what Hillary Clinton and Kim Jong-un have in common? They have the same tailor. Stupid jumpsuit she wears.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, she wears weird stuff.
She's a bitch. I flew her and Bill a couple of years ago. God, she's a bitch. Just a bitch.
You know, like when the whole election was going on, I didn't really want Trump to win. But then, like, everything that I knew about Waco and Janet Reno and the Clintons, I'm just like, ugh. But it's like, you know, that's what they've always said ever since I was a kid. Like, there's never a good choice.
So, yeah, it's almost like, which one do I like the least?
Yeah. But yeah.
I don't like Trump's big mouth, but I like the results of what he does. But you just keep your mouth shut. Stop picking fights.
I like that he's an anti-globalist.
Me too. America first.
Yeah.
I've been to 84 countries, and I guarantee you, most countries, it's their country first.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, are we really in the position in the world to just, like, do that? Like, the world's still a pretty scary place.
Charity starts at home.
Yeah.
I met one of his pilots before he got elected on his airplane. He was a really interesting guy to talk to. He said he is the kindest person you will ever meet. He said it wasn't him, but one of the other pilots, one of his kids had a disease, but it was something pretty bad. And he mentioned, Trump was asking, how's the family? He mentioned to him, Trump said, don't go to a doctor. I will set this up with the best doctor, the best everything, whatever you need, it's on me, but I'll take care of this. Just like that.
Yeah.
Generous. I like his wife. I've been to Slovenia. There are a lot of women that look like her there. I mean, there's some beautiful women in Slovenia.
Yeah, she's great.
She could be my next ex-wife. It's windy today. Got a bumpy coming in over Magic Mountain.
Yeah, I never get used to that. Bouncing around in the air.
Yeah, when I flew Bill and Hillary, she wouldn't even talk to me. I mean, she wouldn't even speak to me when she came in the airplane and said, "Good morning, Madam Secretary." She wouldn't even look at me. I'm like a foot away from her. She walks by, goes back, sits at the conference table. Then her girlfriend comes in, Uma Abedin, who was charming and really good looking, very friendly. Well, Uma sat down next to Hillary. It has 2 chairs on each side facing the table. In the 12 years I've been on that airplane, I've never seen 2 people sit at the table where they don't sit across from each other. These little lovebirds have been back there laughing and giggling, doing little shoulder rubs and shit. Bill was as charming as they could get. He sat up front away from him. I guess that's why he cheats. She probably loved me.
Yeah.
Not that that's all bad. But
maybe they've been swingers like ever since college.
my new name for them is Bonnie and Clyde. They're just thieves.
Yeah.
I'll take it, Bill Clinton joke. think I'm in the right place here. Satan says, sorry, Mr. President, this is where you belong. Bill says, what the hell do I do here? And Satan says, you go down the hallway over there and look in there's 3 rooms. You look in each one, and the room you choose is your life for eternity. So Bill begrudgingly goes down the hall, looks in the first rooms, and they are really, really bad. So he opens the door to the 3rd room. It's a little 14-foot square room. No furniture, no nothing. Light bulb in the ceiling. But shackled up against the wall naked is Ken Starr. Kneeling in front of Ken is Monica Lewinsky. And Bill said, that looks pretty good to me. So he goes back to Satan. Satan says, what door did you choose, Mr. President? He says, door number 3. Satan says, you've chosen wisely. Satan turns around and yells down the hall, okay, Monica, come out now. Your replacement's here.
Oh, wow.
There's a visual. Really?
Yeah, I don't think you can trust anybody that charming.
No. Well, here's something. You know, people all talk about voter registration. You have to show an ID. A couple of summers ago, I did a lot of flying in Eastern Europe, Romania, and all over the place. One, what language is your voting ballot in? And they look at you like you're from Mars. It's Romanian. What else would it be in? So, do you have to show an ID to vote? Are you nuts? We have to show a passport. So everybody does but us. We're idiots.
Yeah, you know, like when you're younger, you don't realize like how things are so haphazard. Like, you know, I couldn't believe it when I got older and I started to think about how the voting works and how they do it, and I thought like, wow, this is so random. Like, how do you know? You know, people that are felons just walk in and vote.
Or vote twice. Well, in Chicago, everybody votes twice.
It's like you're not supposed to vote if you're a felon. The judge tells you that at sentencing.
Yep.
And then you can just walk right into the ballot.
Yep.
And nobody, and it's confidential, so nobody's ever going to know that you did it.
That's right.
And so you can't get in trouble. It's like, that's so weird. Like the honor system.
No honor here anymore.
Yeah, it used to be that way, I guess. I used to work.
My grandfather who raised me, he was a 6th grade education, was mayor of Waco twice. He was a lobbyist for the Texas Cotton Association. And I never forget him telling me, he says, now, if you make a deal with somebody, you don't need a piece of paper. You shake their hand and you live up to it, period. Period. He said, the only thing you own in life is your word. That's all you own. Your reputation.
Yeah.
Like I have a few neighbors. They've never been anywhere except according to where yards are or somewhere. They always tell us, you don't have a clue how lucky you are to live here. Not a clue. I've been to 83 or 84 countries. And some pretty bad. A lot of them bad. There's nothing like this place. Nothing. There's a lot of things similar in like Sweden, Norway, England. It's not the same. You don't have the same rights. Venezuela used to be a beautiful place. The company I worked for in Houston a long time, they had owned a company down there. That was a gorgeous country. People had money. Now the socialists took over and ran into the ground. Now they're broke, poor, don't have any food. I don't know if you remember Margaret Thatcher. She was the Prime Minister of England years ago. Somebody asked her about socialism. She said, socialism works really well until you run out of other people's money. And it's over.
Yeah.
I know how to spend my money better than the government does. But when the Obama thing, or Obamacare was being talked about, I was having dinner with a flight attendant, and she's a young gal. She said, what do you think about this Obamacare thing? You think it's a good thing? I said, well, I'm going to ask you some questions. First, you don't need to know anything about it. But I'm going to ask you, whatever state you're from, how does the state run the Department of Motor Vehicles? She said, it's awful. I said, so what do you think about Social Security? She said, well, I'll never see it. And I asked her about Medicare. She said, I think it's broken. I said, yes. I said, how about Amtrak? She didn't know what Amtrak was. You know, I told her, I said, never made money. I said, now that you've answered all those questions about the government, how do you think they're going to run your health care? They can't run anything except into the ground.
Yeah. What about that Remember that woman that was the governor of Texas? She did a real good job with the budget, I heard.
I'm trying to think who that was. Oh, we had one in Arizona. She was good. Texas. Let's see.
Yeah, she was like this great governor, like in the 80s and 90s.
Must have been before Perry.
Yeah, and like basically, I saw a documentary about her, and she just made like her budget was just the best ever, apparently. And I'm thinking like, wow, so it can be done.
Well, it can be, but you have to realize, people don't, particularly politicians, they always think, well, we got a deficit. The problem is we don't have enough tax money to cover the deficit. No, the problem is you're spending too much money. It's like you and me. If I overspend on my credit cards, I gotta stop spending.
Yeah, it's inefficient too. Like, the money's not going where it.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
I remember somebody asked Joe Biden and Obama once, long after the crash. So, well, you guys said all these shovel-ready jobs getting people to work, and they both laughed and said, well, I guess they weren't as shovel-ready as we thought. And they thought it was funny.
This train. High-speed rail.
I can't believe you guys did that.
I heard that the top contractor on that is somehow connected to Feinstein.
You think? You think? Or Jerry Brown, Moonbeam Jerry. And where do they build it? In the middle of nowhere. It's sad. It's that free money.
Yeah.
I'm an independent. I used to be a Republican, but I'm an independent. I don't like that. They drive me crazy. They just stop spending money. And what you have, spend it wisely.
It's kind of interesting how that's the foundation of the Republican Party. Is they're really originally, like, if you go back a couple hundred years, they're kind of like more libertarian.
Yeah, they
right?
were.
And now they're just as bad with the spending.
It's funny now. Everybody says, "Oh, well, Trump is a racist and the Republicans are all racist." Let's remind everybody who got the civil rights amendments all through. It was the Republicans. The Democrats
did they really?
Oh yeah, they had to beat LBJ up to get him to sign it.
Really? That's interesting. I never knew that. History tells you that LBJ was like the key figure in making it happen.
He was an evil man, but he would get deals done. And Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves.
Yeah, Republican. And my favorite president, Theodore Roosevelt.
I like Roosevelt. I liked his style. He was pretty honest. Did you ever hear how he got Have you ever seen this TV series?
Well, McKinley died.
Yeah, McKinley
got assassinated.
Got shot.
By
some idiot.
The anarchist.
I think it was all the big guys, J.P. Morgan, they all got together. They did not want him to be president.
Right, so they made him vice president.
They made him vice
because then he would never be
president.
president.
Shot, he's the president.
Yeah,
the worst nightmare.
That's one of my favorite stories in our history. Like,
is so cool.
It is such a good story. How because it really gets into how politics works and how it's just so shady and.
Oh yeah, it's all about making deals.
But yeah,
I used to be with American West Airlines. I hate unions, but I ended up being the chairman of the union of the airline. And every year I'd have to go to the board of directors meeting of all the airline pilot associations. It was just a swamp. Crap, the lies people tell them. And money of their members. It was just like frivolous shit. I just hope I don't live long enough to see us go really socialist. It's not a great cartoon. She's standing there holding this sign that says AOC, and this black and white cow is standing next to her. He's got his hoof out, and he says, "Pull my hoof."
That's pretty funny. Yeah, that story is weird to me. I'm just like, what? You're telling us, like, basically, like, they want government to, like, mandate, like, people talk.
It won't be up. We're going to take this Gulfstream. They didn't laugh.
Yeah, I would imagine you get a tough crowd in
Some are nice.
Those kind of planes.
Tom Hanks and his family are the nicest people you'd ever meet. His kids all say yes sir, no sir to everybody. And then we have a kid out of New York. His family's in finance. In the airplane, you go from the cabin to the rear galley, and then you go into their dressing room, and from there you go to the baggage compartment. It has a door open to the outside, but they can go back and change clothes. Anyway, I'm doing bag duty. Some people are handing up bags through the outside door, and I'm putting behind the net. This kid comes back, puts his hands on his hips, and says, "How does it feel to be loading our luggage?"
Really?
Oh, yeah. Well, I got
Wow.
kids. I know what he's looking for. I said, you know, it's really fun. It's like a puzzle. They're all different sizes. You want to help me? Oh, he stormed off. So later, the flight attendant was coming up the cockpit to bring us some coffee. And she's walking by this punk, and he loudly says, "I want a Coke!" And very calmly said, "I'm sorry, honey, but we've taught our children, we don't say please and thank you to the hired help." Yeah, there are people like that. Prick.
Wow.
They'll probably be president someday. I remember one time we were going to New York, and I said, "You're going to fetch me?" He in person was just like he was on stage. Crazy. Fun.
Intensity.
Why don't you run for parallels in the States, our business? So he's doing sitting there. He was script. He's on stage making fun of politicians, and the last line of the movie is, "Politicians are like diapers. They should be changed for the same reason and often." When he's running, he's so different. He's almost like Trump, really, the things he would say. And the debate, he just tore apart these other two morons. But he's walking with all the press is all over him, following him everywhere, and he said, "Yeah, I did this. Yeah, I smoked pot back in the old days. Oh," but he turns around and looks behind him. "Yeah, and you guys back there? I just farted." It's a good movie. Fun.
Yeah, I think I kind of remember that movie.
Man of the year.
You know, Abraham Lincoln, my favorite quote of his is, "If you want to know a man's true character, give him power." Something like that.
That's true. I've never heard that one. That is absolutely true.
Yeah. Love that quote.
It's like the man who believes in nothing can be sold anything. You know, that's what amazing. You think and nothing like it ever existed. I mean, these guys were geniuses. Just geniuses. I remember, Franklin said when they finally, the last person signed the document, he said, "Gentlemen, I've given you a republic. Can you keep it?" Not true.
We'll see.
Everybody think, "Oh, we're a democracy." No, we're a republic.
Yeah, the last democracy was like Athens.
Yeah, Greek. Yeah, the Greeks had a deal that once a year you could take a piece of broken pottery and write the name of the politician you think should be thrown out of office. They put it in a big jar. Got enough votes, you got kicked out.
That's cool.
Except for the emperor. I've been in a lot of countries where if you went down the street corner and said the president's an idiot, you and your family tomorrow just disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why our forefathers were so smart, because they saw it. They were like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Like, before they came along, I don't think people really understood, like, what freedom could even be.
No, they just knew that you're basically a slave of the rich people. You don't have any rights. And that's how they wrote it. That's really the history of how they wrote it. They looked at everything they didn't like, everything that was wrong. How do you write something to make it right?
Yeah. That's that's the beginning of every great invention, is, you know, you have a problem you need to solve, right? So
necessity is the mother of invention.
That's it, yeah.
freedom, you have more invention.
Yeah.
The old Soviet Union, where you didn't get to pick a house. You put your name on a list to get something, and here it is. Here's what your apartment. And everybody makes the same money. There's no incentive to do well.
Yeah, that's the important part of our history that you don't hear them talk about on these political channels.
We don't hear them talk about it in school either. They don't want to talk about it. They want you to be a robot.
It's like, you know, when you compare, like when you look at all the changes in the world in the last 100 years, and the fact that 90-something% of it all started here, it's like, it's kind of, what? So, and then why is that? Freedom, right?
Bernie and all these other idiots.
Like real freedom, not you know, socialist freedom.
Socialism doesn't work. It just doesn't. Never has. And people say, well, Sweden's a socialist country. No, it's not. It's not a socialist country. It's a democratic country. They just have a lot of welfare shit by the government, but it's not a socialist country in any shape at all. It's just cradle to grave benefits. That doesn't make it socialist. Socialism is when the government controls everything.
Yeah.
Heard Nancy Pelosi has a new 1040 form that she'd like to propose. Line 1 says, how much did you make last year? Line 2 says, send it all in. Nancy Botox. That's the other problem, is these guys go into office and they stay there forever. They should get one term, you're gone.
Yeah, the senators, right? And the congressmen.
Oh, here's a sweet little deal I have. Let's say I'm a senator and I've been 2 or 3 terms. I'm going to run again. So I'm raising money. They're always raising money. Then I decide, you know, I don't think I'm going to run. What do you think they do with that money? It doesn't go to the national party. It goes in their pocket.
Yeah.
What a crock.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
If you did shit in the real world like they do, you'd be in jail.
Yeah.
But not everybody's perfect like you and me, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I try real hard. Yeah, it's so, it really is interesting though how, like, even today, you know, like we got all these cool TV shows that kind of like lay it out for us to be like, oh wow, like try to understand these different concepts. And still, like, I think the vast majority of people, they look at politicians and actors, especially actors, and they revere them.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't realize, like, no, not only are they just a normal person like you, they're worse than you.
Yeah, they're very privileged people.
Oh.
Most of them haven't got a clue. They go to dinner parties and they all talk about the same shit. So they think they know everything.
I see it, yeah. I pick up people in Beverly Hills. I take them to their little functions and things, and I hear the way some of them talk. A lot of people are actually really great people, but some of them are just like, oh, I just can't wait for them to get out of the car. Like,
I was flying a Hollywood producer back from New York to Santa Monica in a Gulfstream by himself. This thing is gobbling fuel.
Wow.
He could have flown in one of our smaller airplanes just as easy. And he comes up and says, could you call ahead and make sure they have my Toyota Prius there? And I'm like, you're kidding, right? We're gobbling fuel down here. We could run that Prius for 20 years of what we're burning.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I'm sure his image, you know, people he has to go see.
Man, that's crazy.
Just let the free market work. It's like electric cars, all that shit. If it's efficient enough where it will sell, it will be on its own just fine. You shouldn't prop it up. In other words, you shouldn't pick winners and losers.
Yeah,
stands on its own or it doesn't.
You buy an electric car here in California, you get like, oh well, it's not the same anymore. It's lower now, but for a while, you get like 10 grand between the state and the Fed.
That's why your state's broke.
And it's like 10 grand, really? You're just going to give Elon Musk 10 grand a pop to produce these things? Like, that's crazy. Like, that makes no sense.
He's never made money.
And the crazy thing, too, is that the people that are buying these cars, 10 grand means nothing to them. They would have bought them anyway.
If you ever get in an argument with one of them about it, ask them, well, that's green, okay? That's fine. Do you know how much energy it took to make those batteries?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know it's basically a toxic waste when you throw them away.
Lithium is not a renewable resource.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's the hydrogen fuel cell that's really the way to go.
It's clean and it doesn't. What is it? What does hydrogen produce? Water. That's all it produces.
Mm-hmm.
There's no CO2, no nothing.
Yeah, that's a good system.
Didn't work well for the Hindenburg. Don't do that. I'm beat.
Yeah.
How long you been driving?
Today?
No.
Oh, 3 years. Yeah, and before that I actually worked for an adult talent agency for 3 years too, before that.
For what?
Adult talent agency. LA Direct Models. I drove around like, porn talent.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that was fun. I spent a lot of time at the airport actually, when I was doing that job.
It's funny you mentioned that. We were talking about today about how big city you're driving along to see a gentleman's club and it says live nudes inside. Does that mean some of them have dead ones?
I've never heard that.
Stop by for a cold one?
Cold one? Oh man.
Live nudes. Made a good time.
Yeah, it was faster than it said it was going to be. Whoa. This is my favorite airport that I've been to. Czechoslovakia. She was going back home, and I take her over. It said that her flight was like on this side. I forgot what the airlines were, but it was actually like a flight through another carrier. It was like weird how her ticket was.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. It's called an interchange.
And she was like running a little late.
The ticket might say American Airlines, but it's actually being flown by British Airways or something.
Yeah. So with my knowledge of the airport, and it was crazy because we're not actually supposed to take the girls in, but like I kind of liked her and she was acting kind of frantic, and I wanted to make sure she got on her plane because I knew she was leaving the country, and I figured my boss would understand. So I just took the initiative to park my car and walk her in. And then there was that issue, and this is the only time I've ever done that. So it was crazy that issue happened. And then they're like, oh, you need to go to this other terminal, which is straight across at 6. So we went up, crossed the bridge, walked through the parking lot, crossed the other bridge, went down, got her into that terminal. Like, if this is like Atlanta or Chicago, like who knows? It could have been like a subway ride or something to get there. But yeah, so it's like real compact airport.
We might have had some of your girls on the airplane about 10 years ago.
Really?
I don't know. Picked up 3 trust fund boys in Orange County going to Cabo, and the bodyguard, he looked like Mr. Clean. And we had 4 of the most silicon hookers you have ever seen in your life. They were really good looking, but the night before the company was having a little difficulty confirming their identities. So when we go out of the country, you have to check their passports. And that was my duty that day, check passports. I don't remember the girl's real name in the passport, but it was like Lovey Does It, something like that.
Really?
In her passport.
Really?
Her name changed. Lovey.
That's amazing. But yeah, so the girls that do the videos, yeah, they get around. Like they end up going to Dubai, and they do a lot of private client stuff.
Why not?
Yeah.
I think you gotta make prostitution legal. Hell, the government's been screwing us for years. Why not make it legal?
Yeah, it does make sense, right? They want tax money. Well, there you go. These girls are getting $1,000 an hour. You can tax them on.
People want to spend it, let them. Oh, but the church might not like it. Now where I live, we have a lot of more drinks.
One passenger has been added to your queue.
The church bought this huge chunk of stock with PepsiCo. And the Grand Poobah in Salt Lake one night had a vision that cold caffeine is now okay.
That's such BS.
It is such BS.
Wow.
Such shit. So if they ever buy Juan Valdez, coffee will be okay. that. I can barely get along with one. And during the Olympics in Salt Lake, there's a brewing company there called the Wasatch Brewing Company, and very successful. And they made a special beer for the Olympics, and they wanted to put up a big sign, and the church fought them. And they the wives. It's
pretty smart.
Yeah,
I like it. You know, they're building a whole nother.
The private aviation terminals over on the south side of the airport.
Have you heard?
He's green, right? One thing he is successful
so far. All right, so I guess we're here.
Anywhere you want.
Ooh. All right, cool. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, let me.
What was that?
You want a snack?
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. I'm over here by the D sign.
Yeah, you know what? I just dropped off my passenger past the D sign. But I'm like just past it. Like, you know the Terminal 4?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll walk down that way.
Yeah, I'm right in front of the elevators right here.
Okay, perfect. I'll see you in a minute.
The first part of Terminal 4. Okay, thank you.
For sure, thank you.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Dude, I'm dropping shit everywhere right now. The hell? Homeboy gave me some bomb snacks right here. It's cold out here. I figured I'd open the back for your bags.
Just my backpack, thank you though.
I just dropped off a pilot.
That's always fun.
Yeah. He had some stories.
I dropped off a pilot one day who had to make his flight. I did Uber for a little bit.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so you're just going to come out and then you're going to go through the Sepulveda tunnel, then turn right on Imperial.
Oh, we're going quick little one?
Going to my office, yeah. My company's office. But I didn't have a couple years ago, and I was waiting for my LAX drop-off, and for my LAX permit, and I didn't want to not give him his ride, because if I didn't take him, he would have missed his flight he had to deadhead on to make to a next flight. So I was just like, okay, well, I'll take off my Uber sticker and just act like ride in the front seat and act like you're my best friend, and when I drop you off, just be like, hey, well, thanks for the ride. Take care.
I'm gonna report you.
Go for it.
Yeah, I've wanted to do that a few times, especially during the holidays.
I would not have done it if it would have meant him having major issues, and if I didn't really trust the person.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
It's hard to trust a stranger, but when you see their security credentials and you see their company badge and the luggage, it's kind of like, well.
Yeah, and if they seem cool, their demeanor.
Yeah.
Of course, like if somebody's like being mean to you, you're just like, dude, I do not need to help you.
Yeah, my Lyft driver this morning, she was a piece of work.
Yeah, some people are crazy. They almost like, it's like they use this job as like a way to have control over people, or they want to like boss around their passengers. I've seen this. I'm like, what?
Well, for me, my issue with her was we could have shaved 5. She could have said, well, I'm more comfortable just following what the GPS in my cup holder says, because she had her phone in her cup holder and stuff like,
oh my gosh,
hanging properly. And it was just, hey, I'm really unscared. I don't taking to, and as soon as or totally kosher holiday. And it was just really funny because it was like, yeah, well, usually everyone goes left here at this street, and she's like, oh, wait, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Oh, she was being like resistant.
Yeah, and I just felt bad, but I gave her 1 star.
No, you have to do that because honestly, like it's not that big of a deal, and like her behavior, like who knows, like what's next? Like she sounds like she really didn't understand like how to do a good job.
Yeah. Well, and the other issue with it too is just kind of like you have to take into consideration what your customers' needs are.
Yeah. Part of the issue with like I feel like drivers were like of a better quality of like customer service and stuff when the rates were higher, and now like they've driven down the rates so far that like you end up with people doing this job that really don't even like doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's like the only thing that they can do because like sometimes it's hard to find a job and they need money, and so this is what they're stuck doing for now, and like it's really not for them. Like so I have a lot of friends that do YouTube channels around Uber.
Yeah.
And one thing a lot of them say is that if you're the type of person to like people make you mad in general, you probably shouldn't do this job.
Yeah. But for you repair drivers, to driver and a better driver and a better customer experience and stuff. Like 6 years ago.
Purest Spanish.
Pretty much.
Are you on the freeway?
You're gonna act like you're getting on the freeway, but you're just gonna keep in the right lane. And it was just a real fun time driving.
So I get in this lane?
Just go behind this navigator.
I don't think I've ever done this before.
That's what she said.
Ah, I see. Okay. I see. Yeah, I've never done this. All my time here. Yeah, I love Sofia Vergara. She's Colombian.
There's a real fun radio station from Colombia. You can download the app and listen on your Android or on your iPhone called W Radio Colombia. And by the way, neither of us are sponsored by W Radio Colombia, but they have some. So if you're working on brush, seeing with any other country, is how much that the Colombian people are working to go away from corruption and just to build the best nation for their youth.
That's really cool.
And the whole month of November, which is when we have our Veterans Day, their entire month is dedicated to patriotism, is dedicated to the veterans and stuff. So you'll hear countless radio commercial loops about the different specials for veterans within the country. And it's interesting because when we live here in America, especially the bubble of Los Angeles, we don't use, once you get here, it's going to go left. We don't usually picture how patriotic and happy people are in their other countries and the social benefits that their veterans receive, and just down a little bit further that they receive. So it's really fascinating.
Yeah, it really is.
I realized you got a YouTube show too, so I thought I'd throw in some cool
oh yeah, thanks.
cool info for it.
Yeah. Should I pull over here?
You're fine right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know this guy?
Yeah, I work with him. Have a good one. Take care.
Thanks. Yeah, nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
What's your channel called?
Oh, it's Dave the Uber Slave.
Dave the Uber Slave. Okay, I'll check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can use me in it. It's fine.
Oh, thanks. Awesome.
And
Appreciate it.
Also, give a shout out for my friend's YouTube channel. Follow him too. TJ Singh SINGH Films.
TJ Singh Films.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's done
I'll check it
a lot
out.
of cool cover of different music videos and stuff.
Okay.
Take care.
Awesome. Great to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
3:30. The guy Billy, he was talking about Colombia. Some interesting stuff about that one station where you can help you brush up on Spanish.
calling this critical response line. My name is Justin. May I have your first and last name, please?
It's David Lividay.
Alrighty, thank you so much for that. And what's your safety concerns?
Okay, so I just went to pick up a passenger and I didn't pick her up. I don't even know if it was my passenger, but I just wanted to just report the incident because it was very, very strange. And, I just want to make sure that I'm being like transparent, you know, with what's going on with me.
Alrighty. Let me see here. What was the name of that passenger by chance?
I don't even remember because it was like I just dropped somebody off and I didn't even know I had a pickup, you know? You know how like it just keeps giving them? I'm in LA, so it just keeps giving them to me, like, so I never even saw.
Alrighty, so it kind of just like redispatched out or just like canceled out on its own?
Well, like I ended the trip and then the next pickup was just like a block away. So I never even looked at the name. I just drove to it. And so I'm driving up and I'm almost to the pin, so I'm like going real slow. And then this older woman, she yells at me like, "Hey!" And so I stopped. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, that must be my passenger." And then she looks at me really pissed off. And she comes over and she like opens my door like really hard, which my doors are automatic doors, so you don't need to like tug on them like that. And I don't know, you know, my instincts tell me that was probably my passenger and she was just having a real bad day. But I wasn't about to let her in my car with that attitude. Like, it's just not happening.
Alright, let me see. I'm sorry that you even had to deal with that.
Oh, no,
let me see here, or even had to
experience. Been worse. I could have driven her.
Yeah, and so let me see here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just pulling some information here on my end. And was this this was the most recent
yeah, I think I
ride that you didn't take?
Probably like 3:30, probably.
Okay. Alrighty, perfect. Let me see. I think
the request was on Alpine, the pickup.
Alrighty, let me see. And okie dokie. Thank you so much for that, David. So I went ahead and got that information pulled up here.
I much rather would have just driven her, but like I wasn't about to take a chance. Like I'm having a nice day. I just got a real nice trip.
Yeah.
I'm not about like I know I've been doing this a while and I know what it's like when you get a crazy passenger, and like I just feel like I would never do that to a driver, so I'm not gonna put up with it.
Alright. And thank you so much for calling and letting me know. What I'm gonna do, because I've already gotten that information put up here, just so you know, this doesn't potentially happen again, or you know, so you won't possibly have a bad experience with this passenger. I've went ahead and make sure that you won't be paired with that specific passenger account, so that way you know you can avoid any type of incident of that nature.
Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, that's fine. You know, I just like I think she should know like where she went wrong. You know, like it would be nice if somebody would tell her like, "Hey, don't act all aggressive when you're approaching the car. Tell the driver what your name is." Like, you know, like this is all like normal stuff that most people do. And like she just like tried to manhandle my car, like, and she didn't even say who she was.
Yeah, that's definitely not okay, especially someone's just coming to pick you up to take you to your destination.
Yeah, and also it's just the safety aspect of it is like, you know, I don't know who you are. Let me know who you are before you start like trying to get in my car and looking at me all pissed off and treating me all condescending. You know, like the look on her face said it all. You know.
Oh wow.
She's looking at me like I'm an idiot, and she hasn't even said hi to me yet.
Yeah, that's not cool at all.
It's not normal. You know, it's not something I've had to deal with very, very much.
Yes, but thank you so much for thank you so much for letting us know, David. I'm gonna notate everything here on my end, so that way we do have that documented. But yes, I went ahead and unpaired you from this specific passenger, so that way this incident could be avoided here in the future. So that way this doesn't even happen.
I appreciate your time and stuff. Thank you.
No problem, David. And would you happen to have any more questions or anything for me while we're still connected?
No, I don't.
All right.
Thank you, though.
All right. No problem, no problem. Well, thank you so much for being a part of our Live family and calling and letting me know. And you have a wonderful rest of the evening.
You too. Thank you.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Nope. Denied woman a ride and then was on the phone until about 3:45.
It raises questions about whether Britain is going to stand members in the European Parliament election. If they do, are you going to have protests for those candidates in the election? And what does this mean for the constitution of the European government and political appointments that have to come out of that heading into the summer and fall?
Liz, this feels to me like one example of something that we've seen all over Europe for the last decade plus, which is basically political crises where you lurch from one thing to the next and you have big ideas about transformative policy brought up by parties to the left or to the right, and then you mostly end up with a muddling through. Even in Greece, which elected a far-left government, I don't think they have tremendously changed the situation for Greece in terms of public policy. So what does this say for aspirations in the United States for big transformative change when we see the great difficulties that have been encountered in Europe?
Well, I would say in the United States, we have had transformative policies before, and the kinds of policies that are being proposed by the left candidates in the United States do seem sort of different in measure and kind. Because
Sammy's.
the United States has no history
I forgot.
Of
all that time.
Successful
Oh wow.
movement.
Why do I forget I'm streaming all the time?
Not actually that radical. They match policies that already exist in countries of similar development. So.
Snacks from a pilot.
Some of the child care proposals that have come out, these are actually fairly modest in terms of what a country with our development can afford and can deal with.
You're in the car behind me, really?
What these sort of muddling demonstrate is that sort of neoliberal forms of governance and capitalism.
Air Magic software? I haven't seen that.
On governments across the world, and that they can very strongly resist. In ways that are not democratic, that are not accountable to the people, change that's requested through popular sovereignty. And if we want to get a hold of that and actually retain control of our own destiny as a country, then part of that is reining in those capital interests.
Rich, do you see a parallel in terms of the sweeping rhetoric from Donald Trump and the relatively modest actual policy changes that we've seen under him?
Well, yes. Maybe it's a different phenomenon.
There's got to be something good to eat in this little area. Maybe not. I mean, there's a Whole Foods. There is that. Oh, look, there's a shade spot. Boom. What's over there? Maybe I'll just get something to eat at Starbucks so I don't waste time. Dude, there's nobody here? Where is everybody? They don't even have clover here. Stores. Filter by Clover. Wow. There's a Clover in the fucking airport. Really? In the airport. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And there's a Clover there? On Jefferson? Oh, yeah, that Clover. Okay. And then, let's see. There's Sammy's camera. Sammy's camera. Oh, it's looks like it might be close. Oh, wait, that's rentals only. Oh shit, that's crazy. So there is a Sammy's camera right where I'm trying to go. Yeah, so that's the plan. Get some food, get a coffee, and go to Sammy's camera. What's up, Chopper? Dude, it says I have no... Is anybody here? It says there's nobody in here. Alright. I'm gonna go to Sammy's camera. Sammy's camera. Get some food along the way. And some coffee. Sammy's camera. Sammy. Sammy from Miami. What's up, Chapo? Crack my neck. Man, it's like, I feel like my neck's starting to get a little bit better. Hasn't cracked like that in a long time. That's something. Man, that is crazy. I gotta say, like, I'm really tired of going to doctors and stuff. But, hey, you know, there's people out there dealing with worse stuff than me. That's the way I see it. I am actually a fortunate guy. Quite fortunate. Alright, what am I gonna eat? First on the list is food. I'm hungry. It's already 4 o'clock. You know what? Strangely, Jersey Mike's actually kind of sounds good right now. I think that's up here. That's easy. Quick and easy. I kind of want a tuna. Get a tuna from Jersey Mike's. Sounds good. I think I have a gift card. It says Valentino's Pizza. Valentino's Pizza looks interesting. McDonald's. Let's see if I have a Jersey Mike's gift card. Oh yeah, that goes. Oh, Smash Burger. Where's there a Smash Burger? That would be bomb. I got a Smash Burger gift card. I don't think there's one near here. Oh shit, Rubio's. And I've got a coupon at home. Darn it. Love Five Guys. Oh, there's Jersey Mike's. Pizza Rev. What day is it? Oh, I have free pizzas actually at Pizza Rev. Shoot. Busy parking lot. Busy parking lot. Busy AF. No parking in the shade here. Alright, so no Smash Burger. But I gotta remember that I have that Smash Burger coupon or gift certificate. Get on that for shizzle. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Oh my gosh, guys. I forgot that I left you in the car. I just had Jersey Mike's. That's so good. It feels so much better right now. Oh, I hit the spot. Yes, yes. What's up, Paul? Back away from the camera, you scared my pet snake. I almost got bit by a boa once in a terrarium. What's up, Anya? What is this? This is my life. Welcome to the life of a Los Angeles Uber driver that has an Uber channel. I mean, a YouTube channel. So yeah, man, you missed it, Paul. I just had a lady. Like I pull up to pick up this woman, and I'm looking at where the pin is, and I'm not quite there yet, but I'm close, and I'm looking around. It's just how I do things. Yeah, I drive for Uber. That's what I'm out doing. I mean, I don't have the app on right this second. I just stopped for lunch. Now I'm gonna go get some coffee. But at Starbucks, Paul, I gotta go get a Clover Brew. Do you know what Clover Brewing is? That's every time I go to Starbucks, that's usually what I'm getting. I'm like, stuff that you can't get at most Starbucks is what I always get. I get Clover brewed coffees, and I get coffee malts. Oh, snow. Ubering yourself. Oh yeah, see, that's not worth it, right? But then again, if it surges enough. Yeah, Clover Brewing, that's what I always get. When you see me with iced coffees, it's Clover brewed coffee. Like 99% of the time. Unless I'm like not in LA where I can't get one. Because there's actually only like a handful of stores in LA that you could even go to and get this. And then the coffee shakes that I get, there's only 3 stores in LA that you can get those. But yeah, so I went to go pick up this woman before I got lunch, right? Yeah, exactly. So I go to pick her up, and I almost passed her, but then I hear her yell, "Hey!" And then I stop. I'm already going like 2 miles an hour, right? So then I stop. Eyes. Strangers, wherever I am. I could be like I'm in Subway. Like, I'm in Jersey Mike's right now. I'm looking at everybody in the eye. Like, I just tend to look at people in the eyes that are around me. So when this lady's getting in the car, I stop. She runs up to my car. Not run, but she's probably like 50, right? Maybe 55.
And then she comes up to my car and she immediately tugs on the door handle real hard. And it's like, all she needs to tell me, like, if she would just tell me as she's walking up, like, hey, I'm your passenger, because I wasn't actually at my pin yet. So I'm just like, okay, is this my passenger? I don't know yet. And then she tugs on my door, so I'm figuring, okay, this is probably my passenger. But she doesn't even say anything like, oh, hey, I'm so-and-so, or you're Dave, like, nothing. She just looks at me with the most condescending look on her face. Like she's pissed off at me. Not pissed off at something, not having a bad day. No, she's pissed off at me because it appeared that the reason she was mad, this is a Honda Odyssey, 2008. It appeared that the reason she was mad is because she thought that I was going to pass her, but I didn't. And so I was back, bus. He's like, no. So when she tugged on the point, I'm staring, and I just drove away. And I called. I was not acting like most passengers do. Like, you know, don't. Like, you know what I think, you know, now I'm thinking about it right now. I have a feeling that she had a problem with the last driver not finding her because she was not where her pin was. So she was probably mad at the last driver and taking it out on me. It's like, you know, some of these passengers, not most, but a small amount of these passengers, when something doesn't go well with Uber or Lyft, from their point of view, they take it out on every driver. Like, for the moment, like any driver they come in contact with, like, they treat as if it was their fault, you know? Yeah, but she was probably mad. She probably ended up getting canceled on, paying a late fee, and she's like pissed off, and now she's taking it out on me when I wasn't even the driver that she originally had. And I'm just like, not doing it. I'm not doing it. You know? Like, if you want to get in my car, say hi. Tell me your name. Say my name. Don't look at me like you're pissed off at me before you even say hi. And then things will go better. Yeah. And then the way she was looking at me when I was driving away, I'm looking back in the mirror, I'm like, oh, she's pissed. I better call Lyft. And, you know, basically the way she was looking at me confirms her, like, entitlement. You know? Like, how dare I just drive away, right? When the reality is, like, I'll just move into this lane. Like, how dare I just drive away when, like, I feel like people should just be understanding of other people. Like, you don't know about the Uber driver. You don't know what they're going through, what's going on with them, like, you know. So don't, like, I don't, imagine if every time I picked up a passenger, I just looked at them pissed off and, like, they're, just look at it, like, every passenger that gets in my car, I'm like, I just give them this look like, you fucking idiot. Shake my head at them, like, be like, aren't you gonna put your seatbelt on? And I just, you know, I feel like passengers need to act right if they want to ride. And once in a while you run into a passenger where they think, like, I'm paying for this ride. I'm gonna treat you however I want. Dude, oh, Uber DC. Dude, if hopefully this stream doesn't get blocked and people can watch it back later, I picked up a pilot right now from Van Nuys Airport, which is kind of like Teterboro in Jersey, you know? It's like Larry Flint's plane was right there. Like, everybody's planes at Van Nuys, like all the billionaires and stuff that are in LA. Like, Van Nuys is the most convenient airport, and it's the closest to Bel Air and Beverly Hills. So I pick up this pilot from there, from like the nicest terminal. It's like where all the Gulf Streams are and stuff like that. Boy, he had stories, man. He picked up Hillary Clinton and Bill once. He said that Bill was a cool guy. Hillary was a bitch. Like, he was telling me all kinds of stuff about Hillary. I was just like, damn. Like, I expected that. But yeah, dude, like, you could tell he didn't like Hillary. He said that Hillary wouldn't even look at him. You know, because he's the captain, you know, and so he like talks to the passengers as a private jet. And Hillary like didn't respond to him, didn't look at him, like. And then he was also talking about Tom Hanks and how cool Tom Hanks is, and how like his kids are always like extremely courteous, and how most actors are a bunch of shitheads. You know, he was talking about all kinds of interesting stuff. You know, he talked a lot about politics, actually, which, you know, you would expect a pilot would. I had a pickup at the local little airport, lots of private jets for congressmen. Yeah, that's another thing he was telling me. He was telling me about how politicians, the way they behave is just like they're just horrible people. Like people, he said something like people would just be blown away if they saw like the way they acted. Oh jeez, I fucking took a wrong turn. This particular Starbucks that I'm trying to get to right now, it's in Playa Vista. It's like the newest community, the newest coastal community like in California, period. You know, it's like, it's all brand new. There's nothing like this in LA, especially on the west side where everything is brand new. Yeah, it's really nice, but there is no place to park. Like, there's nothing but parking everywhere around here, okay? But where the Starbucks is, no parking. Nothing. Dude, I don't even know if I'm going the right way right now. Might not even be going the right way. Yeah. Well, ain't that the truth? I know that from my YouTube channel. I post these videos where I don't pick up kids, and my whole point is to show how Uber doesn't care about our safety, how they'll just like send anybody a car. They don't like, they're not doing their due diligence to make sure that we're not picking up the wrong people. They don't care about our time. They don't care about our safety. And what do people talk about? What is the most common comment on these videos? That I'm too sensitive, or that I'm rude. It's like, no, dude, no. Uber sucks. That was what you were supposed to determine from watching this. Uber doesn't care about you kids. Uber doesn't care about us drivers. Like, but instead, what they're looking at is, oh, this is the rudest Uber driver ever. It's like, well, yeah, I am. Now, can we talk about Uber and Lyft and how they're not having our backs? You know? Like, these kids, they're taking Ubers everywhere, and they're not even supposed to. Like, that's Uber's fault. That's not, you know, like they're not doing what it's gonna take to make this service safer and to respect our time and to make sure that these kids that are trying to get rides places, because they are getting rides places, making sure that they don't have to deal with like being late because this driver wouldn't drive them, and you know, it's just a bunch of BS. Dude, why am I not finding... Oh, there. I think I found it. I think I found it. Dude, you know, we get so used to using GPS, like, and this is such a big town that, like, I'll just be like, oh, I know where I'm going, and I'll try to drive somewhere, and I'll kind of get lost. Like, I know where I am, but I'm not exactly sure if I'm going the right way to get to where I'm trying to go. But looks like I made it. Problem is, no parking. Anywhere. Hold on, I'll read the messages in a sec. You know what? I'm still not in the right place, I think. Oh no, am I? Is this it? Yeah, here we go, here we go. Now I'm getting there. Check this place out. Uber does not care. Parents sign up kids everywhere. They know Uber isn't it. Oh, dude, I drove kids today, 17-year-old girls. And one of the girls' mom called her and was like, where are you? Why are you not in school? While she was in my car. So how about that? Gosh, man. Oh, I see somebody backing out. Are they backing out? Dude, come on. Come on, back out. Leave your parking space. Look at the fire. You see the fire right there? I took video in front of that fire before. Oh, they're leaving! Oh my gosh. This is the luckiest ever. Like, this is never... Oh, it's a Chase ATM parking. Okay, never mind. I got excited for nothing. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have to park, like, a little bit of ways and walk over. Yeah, little kids are just no way. But here in LA, you know, it's definitely a risk, you know, like I really want to know more details on like what kind of risk are we taking when we drive these kids? Like, are we really not going to be covered by insurance? Like, cuz you know, they say all this stuff, but then we never see like I haven't heard a single story of a driver that's like, "Oh, I drove kids and now I'm screwed," you know? Like, I haven't heard one story like that. So, it makes me think, like, maybe it's just BS. Maybe we won't be screwed. Oh, man. Damn, I can't believe I fit in this spot in this big old van. That's amazing. Squeezed in there. I squeezed it in like, you know, well, I was gonna say something kind of dirty. Alright. Now let's go get a good Starbucks. Dude, it's a long walk. I think I might have to do the electric scooter on this one. Or the electric skateboard, I mean. You'll give me my hop, skip, drive cards? Oh, thanks, Paula. You're so sweet. There we go. I'm gonna go for a little skate to get some coffee. Walk it? Oh man, that's not... I'm trying to... If you want me to enjoy the day, then I need to ride this thing. This is enjoying the day. Especially, like, look at the video. If I'm walking, my video is going to be all shaky. If I ride this thing, the video looks beautiful. It's gorgeous. Here, you'll see. Oh.
Good. Yeah.
They took them out for most.
Starbucks outside the airport, not in the airport. The Clovers. I boycott Starbucks now. Oh yeah. They even took out. He didn't know what I was talking about. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Have a good one. All right, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to put my phone away. What'd you say?
No, I'm talking on the phone.
Oh, okay. There it is. Oh, come on, get out of the pocket. Oh, there we go. All right, so I got my coffee. I was trying to show you guys the Clover. I don't know if you guys saw it because you kept saying there was buffering, so that sucks. Oh, I didn't go to the bathroom while I was in there. I was too busy talking to everybody. Okay. So, let me show you what a Clover is right now. Well, actually, no. I mean, I tried to show you what the Clover was in there, but I can show you my black iced Kenya. That's my Clover. And see what it says right here? Venti iced Clover Barbecue. So it's all good. Cool, right?
Yeah, it's the process. The Clover brewing system, it's kind of like a reverse French press. Instead of using like the French press, it has this micro screen, right? Like the French press would. And then when the micro screen lifts out of the water, it creates vacuum. And then the coffee gets sucked down below the screen. And then you get like a lot more like essential oils and like that kind of stuff in your coffee. So it's a pretty cool system. I like it. But really what it's all about is not necessarily the Clover brewing system, but the coffees. They're using reserve coffees in that system. They're not using their core coffees. They're going with like what am I doing here? Oh, that Sprinter van looks dope. I want one of those, man. That's a pretty cool system. Wonder how many miles to the gallon that gets. Looked like a sponge. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, you basically, when it's done and it lifts up, you get this little coffee cake. Sits on top of the screen and it goes all the way up, and then they can just scrape it off. But yeah, you got this like little 1-inch thick cake of coffee that they brewed. And it looks crazy because you're like, damn, all that coffee for one cup? Like, shoot. That's a lot of brewing. Okay, so now I want to go to Sammy's camera, and I don't know exactly where that is, so I have to figure this out. Let's see, Google. Oh my gosh, slow reception here. Okay, so Sammy's camera. What's going on here? I want that one. Yeah, take me there. Take me there. Take me there, motherfucker. Take me! Let's see, 12 minutes. Okay. Alright.
Head northwest on McConnell Avenue toward Runway Road.
What? Alright. Oh, that would be crazy, right? My dad used to have, like pretty much my whole childhood, my dad drove vans with captain's chairs. Yeah, my dad's always been a van guy. And it's kind of funny because I never liked them. I was always like, ew, like vans look weird, you know?
In 400 feet, turn right onto West Jefferson Boulevard.
And now that I have one, I'm like,
take the next right onto West Jefferson Boulevard.
What was I thinking? I mean, it's not the coolest vehicle, but boy, is it functional. You know, and comfortable. Like everybody, you could be sitting in the middle of the back row and you're chilling. You'd be good all the way to Vegas. No problem. It's like no big deal.
Continue on West Jefferson Boulevard for 3/4 of a mile.
B-A. Wow, man. Wow, guys. Wow. Speaking of Uber X and Uber XL, I can on Uber, but not on Lyft. And the cool thing about switching it to XL only is you won't get any pool rides. Never have to see another pool request. That's the best part.
In a 1/4 mile,
but
turn left onto Randall Street.
There's just not a lot of XL trips out there. It's really not. That's why I'm in the market for a Hyundai Ioniq. I feel like if I get a Hyundai Ioniq, I'll be able to go out there and make some real money.
Turn left onto Randall Street, then turn right onto Beatrice Street.
But yeah, I just, you know, I get so, like, the way I'm doing things like today and the way I've been doing it basically since I got my car back is I don't accept any pool trips, no shared trips, none of that, right? And it's been cool. Like, I actually kind of like doing it this way. It's not, you know, basically, and the reason why is because the bonuses
Turn
that
right
they've
onto
been sending me
Beatrice
are
Street.
insignificant. So I'm like, I don't want to fight for a bonus if it means having to do these, like, lame trips. Like, the bonus is just so...
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Inglewood Boulevard.
Like, it's not even a bonus. Less than $1 a ride is where the bonuses are at now. So it's like, I don't want to do any shared or pool rides. And I get so sick of it on Lyft in particular. They just give them to you.
Take
They
the
don't
next
even ask you. If
left
you
onto
already have a
Inglewood
passenger in the car,
Boulevard.
they just keep giving me shared trips. And then I have to... And I feel so bad, too. It's like such a bad system. Because they give me shared trips. I should do a video about this. Even though, like, rideshare guy kind of already did. Just more specifically how Lyft needs to stop giving shared trips, like, to people that aren't going to take them. Because the passengers, like, basically, like, I still have 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is left in my trip that I have somebody in the car. And then I finally drop them off. And at that point, I see, oh, they gave me a shared trip, and then I cancel it. So that person had to wait 20 minutes to end up just getting canceled by me. That's ridiculous. That's dumb. Because there was no way for me to know. And then also, like, even if I did see, like, oh, this is a shared trip, and then I got to cancel it, like, what if I'm driving down the freeway? So I'm driving down the freeway and then I'm having to, like, fiddle with my phone to cancel this shared trip? Like, no. It's amazing that how long we've been doing this and how long these companies have existed, that these kind of things still happen. Like, because it seems like there are solutions. They're just not even trying. Yeah. Yeah. I guess there is one thing we can do as drivers if we don't want that, is we could just keep turning on last ride. But that's not good either, because what if the trip that we get given early...
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Braddock Drive.
Like, for me, what if it's an XL trip? Like, well, I want that trip. I don't want to cancel that trip. And I don't want to miss out on it either, because there's so few XL trips as it is. So, yeah, it's just, you know... It's just a big old mess, basically.
Take the next
Man, it's
right
so nice
onto
to have
Braddock
gotten
Drive.
food and a coffee. One thing left, and then I'm fully stoked.
Continue on Braddock Drive for 3/4 of a mile.
Bath. Nobody puts prices anymore. You don't need to put a price on rentals in LA anymore because nobody can afford them. Like, you know if you can afford it. You don't need to see the price. You know. It's going to be $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month, $4,000 a month. Like, if you can't afford $2,000 a month, just don't even bother calling, because it ain't going to be less. That's what it's come down to here. Oh, this looks like the projects right here, though. Maybe a little cheaper rent here. Well, I just ate food and I got my coffee, so I'm like, you know, I'm psyched right now, you know? I'm psyched. Food gets me psyched. Especially tuna. Oh, I just got a little bit of a crack. And also my neck. Like, I've been having so much issues. And finally, I'm feeling a little bit of improvement. Like, it's not there, but it's better than it's been. So that's cool. Finally. Oh, that's right. School's... Wait, it's 5 o'clock. Somebody... Kid must be at practice. I need a better pillow? Yeah, maybe. What kind of pillow should I get? Should I get the My Pillow? You know the guy that owns My Pillow? He said that God said that Trump was going to win the election. Or that he believes that. Yeah, My Pillow. So you're going to take kids to their house parties tonight, Paula? That sounds like fun. Maybe they'll invite you in. Maybe they want a little cougar action. Oh my God, that's so wrong. I was watching that Michael Jackson thing last night. My mind is blown. Like, I'm about to cry right now. Like, I'm just speechless, dude. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And it reminds me of my stepdad. You know, my stepdad, when I was younger, he gave me like my first like legit job, like where it was like a hard working job, cleaning and repairing swimming pools, right? Can you totally picture that, me doing that? So we had a lot of conversations, and like we would talk about like OJ, and he's like, dude, OJ definitely did it, and he like explained to me how he understands that like definitely OJ did it. And like I never really thought about it as much as he did, so it was like very enlightening to me. It's like, oh shit, like damn, I guess OJ did do it, right? And this is years ago. This is back in like 1997, you know? So over 20 years ago. Yeah. So it wasn't like certain that OJ did it at that point to everybody like it is now. And so I'm just like, how do you know? And then so he's like, yeah, dude. And like he was very passionate about these things. Like he was very frustrated about the OJ thing. He was also frustrated about the Michael Jackson, like, statutory rape stuff, right? The Michael Jackson kid molestation stuff. And I'm like, I used to think about the same thing about him, like even up until this TV show. It's like, we don't really know if Michael Jackson did this stuff. And now I'm just shocked. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I think about my stepdad and I'm like, fuck, how did he know? Like he was so confident in his opinions, like, and I'm thinking like, how could he have known? Like, but he really, like there was something about the situation, like he was really in tune and he knew what to believe and what not to believe. And I don't know, it's very interesting. Very interesting.
In 1,000 feet, turn left onto Sepulveda
like
Boulevard.
An a-hole. Like I wish I had that kind of like, I wish I was in tune with people like that to where I can understand, I can like see what's going on and know what I'm really dealing with.
Take the next left onto Sepulveda Boulevard, then your destination will be on the left.
Because mine is just laminated. That one's like, looks way more professional. Oh shit, I'm here. Sammy's camera. Okay, I'm 19% battery. I'm gonna walk in there just so you can do some camera accessory shots.